Now I want to show you today how to use a ball. You can use a baseball or a softball. You can even use a dog toy if it's rounded, because the rubber, as in a lacrosse ball, has a little bit of texture. It has a little stick. It doesn't slide like a baseball or a softball. But if you're in a pinch, you can use a baseball or a softball. What we're going to do with that is work the middle part, the shoulder pain, and up into your trapezius muscles in the base of your neck. So for people who sit all the time and their shoulders are rolled forward and their head's out in front of them and those muscles get real tight, the way to get rid of that tightness is to squeeze using trigger point massage, actually squeezing that muscle and moving around just a little bit to get that lactic acid forced throughout the muscle. So all you need is the ball and a section of wall, and everything that I demonstrate on the wall you could also do on the floor. And when you do it on the floor, it actually adds a little bit more pressure than you can use on the wall. The wall is a good place to start and eventually move to the floor, because you then have your body weight when you're doing the exercises on the floor. But I'm going to show you on the wall, and then you can just take everything that we see here and do the same thing on the floor. So all we want to do, number one, we're going to take the ball, set it on the wall. You're going to start by putting your shoulder against the ball. So it's right now just pinched between my shoulder and the wall. And all I'm going to do is roll sideways until I get it into the space between my shoulder blade and my spine. And you'll find with just a little bit of pressure, you'll find that there's some pretty sore muscles in there, through there. And then all you're going to do is bend with your knees to roll that ball up and down in that space. And you can go just slightly left and right. And the goal is to find those little, about pea-sized little areas of some real tenderness. And then all you're going to do is just put a little more pressure and just glide back and forth, up and down over those little sore areas, until after 4, 5, 6 times, they're not really quite so sore anymore. And what that means is that lactic acid has been squeezed out of that section of the muscle. So then we start searching again. We move around until we can find another piece of that muscle that's got lactic acid stuck in it. And then we're going to squeeze on that area once again. And we just go back and forth over that area for 30 seconds or a minute. 5, 10, 15 times back and forth until that is not quite so sore. Now it doesn't really go away completely, but we want it to become less sore and then start chasing it around again. And you can do that all the way up into your trap muscles by just leaning your hips away from the wall and get up at an angle where we can push into those trap muscles, which are these muscles up across the top of your neck and into the base of your neck. And then again, simply on the floor with a little bit more pressure, exact same scenario, but we're laying on the floor, so we've got our body weight pushing down as well. So that's how you can use the lacrosse ball to work out some of that muscle tightness.